From sunrise to sunset, recycling is more than a job. It's a way of life. Early mornings, late nights, hard work that turns the old into something new. Recyclers power the economy, and ReMatter is built to power you. Making those long days easier with smarter tools like scale ticketing, payments, dispatch, and everything in between. We bring it all together so you can focus on what matters most, growing your business and serving your community. Driven by the spirit of recyclers everywhere. ReMatter. Built for recycling. Built for you.
We see these.
I'm Sam Shine, co-founder and CEO of Freight130 LLC, along with Adam and Brian Shine of Manitoba Corporation. Manitoba is a fifth-generation metals recycler based in Buffalo, New York and St. Louis, Missouri. We are specifically focused on non-ferrous, and we've been around for 108 years. My great-great-grandfather, Solomon Shine, started Manitoba Corporation in 1916, going around town in Buffalo with a push cart, picking up rags to recycle. Ultimately, after he saved up some money, he was able to purchase a horse and buggy. Now, almost 110 years later, while we ship using different modes of transportation now, the technology we use to manage transportation up until about 2023 didn't improve much from that time. So our plan was to come up with a better way to manage your transportation from the time you get a quote from your carriers to the time you dispatch to either your own drivers or to third-party carriers. So as we went out and started actually developing Freight130, we started using the program internally for a couple of years and found incredibly improved efficiency and ease of use among our own staff, who was able to go from using spreadsheets and emails, sticky notes and text messages, to keeping all information under one roof in a convenient and secure location to communicate with our carrier base. We had such success with Freight130 internally that we decided to do some homework and see if there might be an outside opportunity outside of our own four walls for other companies to use. We found that other recyclers were facing logistics challenges as well, including rising logistics costs, a lack of visibility into the supply chain, meaning what was coming in and what was going out on any particular day, personnel changes. So anytime a logistics coordinator is out of the office or moves on from your company, we found that people were starting over with very little institutional knowledge of how logistics was run within the organization. We also found that carrier management was incredibly complex. So saving information from certificates of insurance to cargo limits, tracking carrier performance was all done on various systems instead of in one convenient place. We also found that there was scattered information and a lack of visibility into, again, what's coming in, what's going out, and which customers are you shipping to and from most frequently. Last and perhaps most importantly are the cargo and compliance risks that came from doing business the way we had been doing. So now, using Freight130, we're able to keep our cargo insurance minimums in one convenient place and easily record load values for moving higher value commodities such as copper. So with all that said, we've now introduced Freight130 to other recyclers. Freight130 is the smarter way to manage transportation. You get side-by-side freight quotes from your trusted and approved carriers all in one place. So instead of sending out dozens of emails, waiting on quotes back, everything is right there, right in front of you. And I'm excited to show you that feature when we actually show a demo here. We have a built-in shipment calendar, which allows your team to look at the day, the week, and the month in one place right in front of you. So you can see what loads still need a pickup or delivery appointment and what has been scheduled all in one place. We also allow for document exchanges, so things from uploading bills of lading to proof of deliveries, invoices, that can all be done in one centralized location. We also provide data-driven insights to help improve efficiency and to reduce costs. So what we found is that freight was such a huge cost center for our company, yet we had very little insight into how that money was actually being spent and whether it was, being used appropriately. So who is Freight130 made for? There's really a couple different groups that utilize Freight130 and reach out to us for demos and interest. The first is logistics teams, and how do they benefit from using Freight130? The first thing is it reduces the time it takes to compare quotes, dispatch, and manage shipments by up to 50%. That is half the logistics coordinator's day that using this system can save them. It also allows them to communicate with carriers and the internal team all in one place. So it's not like a broken game of telephone where you get an ETA update and you have to reach out to your plant manager or the rest of your team. Everybody's eyes are on it. You're able to request, receive, and store shipping documents in one place and record rates to verify when the invoice comes in. Last, and maybe most importantly, they're able to take a day off without feeling pressure or that they'll negatively affect the company. Now, on the operations and finance side of the house, the biggest benefit we've seen is that we have, instead of one big number at the end of the month showing our total freight spend, we're able to dive in and find on a per commodity, per supplier, per carrier basis exactly how much we're spending. We also are able to better measure our carriers' performance levels, which are of course directly tied to your supplier and customer satisfaction. So if a truck is running late, if you don't have the appropriate documentation, that will directly affect your customer and supplier's satisfaction with your company. It also allows your team to keep informed of real-time pickup and delivery ETA changes. You could confirm that invoices are accurate and have one central place to view agreed upon rates. So when the invoice comes in, you make sure that you're paying the right amount to the right carrier. You also can ensure that your operations are not negatively affected by having one single source of truth if a team member leaves the company or is out sick. So now let's turn to another group that uses the app, and that's your carriers. So Freight130 allows you to interact with your own approved and trusted carriers and does not get in the middle of transactions between you and any other group. So we're not introducing any stranger carriers or getting in the middle of those transactions. We're simply a conduit between you and your existing carrier base to be able to better manage your workflow. So a big question we get is, will my carriers and drivers actually use this thing? And we found overwhelmingly that carriers are more than willing to sign up. It's free and easy for them to do so. And they like that they're keeping you happy and your company better organized. So it's really a win-win situation. In terms of getting carriers registered, it's very simple to do that in the app. All that you do is send them an email invite. They click on the link, basically set a password, and then they're in the system. So you don't have to sacrifice any existing relationships. You're still able to work with your carrier group. Our app is incredibly mobile friendly, so your drivers are able to use this when they pick up or when they deliver right on their mobile phone, could take a picture of a signed POD, upload that directly to the system, and it makes it really simple for them to use. We also offer support and training to our carrier base as well. So when a recycler signs up, that support and training extends to the carrier and they get unlimited support. So what does Freight130 actually offer? And I'm going to show you all this in a demo here shortly. The first thing is an automated freight rate RFQ. So like I stated, instead of waiting and getting emails back from various carriers, everything is side by side in one place, arranging it from the lowest bid to the highest bid, so you can always make sure you're making the right decision. We offer a smart shipment calendar, which again shows you day, week, and month views of everything coming in and going out. And if you have multiple yards, you're able to actually filter it down, so somebody in Cincinnati might not need to know what's going on in Buffalo, vice versa. We also offer carrier management tools. So this is things like saving insurance expire dates, which then you're made aware of, cargo insurance limits, and that ties into risk management too, because if you go to assign a carrier a load that's worth $200,000, but they're only covered up to $100,000, you're going to be notified in real time not to make that decision. We offer data-driven insights on not only your freight spend, as I touched upon, but your performance as well. So that's everything from on-time pickup to on-time deliveries, and you're able to grade carriers that way. We also automate dispatch. So instead of picking up the phone or sending an email with all the dispatch instructions, that's all done completely automatically. Drivers receive a text message with dispatch instructions, and your carriers will receive an email. So they don't have to live in the system during the workday. They're alerted to all events, as are you, through email as well. Okay, so now let's actually take a look at the app. Can you all hear that okay? No, okay. All right, so we don't have sound, so I'm actually going to dive in and do a demo live here. All right, can you guys see that okay? Perfect. So this is Freight130. This is what you see right when you log into the system. So it's a list of all the loads that you have moving throughout your supply chain, both inbound and outbound, across several different status categories here at the top. So you could dive in and see, okay, what's on the road right now, what's been delivered, what's scheduled, meaning what's been assigned to a carrier but hasn't actually gone out yet. And you could use this convenient search bar at the top to be able to search for a booking number, a POD number, a scale ticket number, anything that will help you identify and find a shipment, either when you need a status update or when the invoice comes in. So there's two ways to view the home page here. The first is in list mode, which is what we're looking at. And this is going to give you load detail cards, just showing a high-level overview of the individual shipment. And this button here tells you a carrier has not been assigned yet. And then there's also the calendar view. So the really nice thing about this feature is you could view again in month, week, or day view. And it's going to show you the loads here that haven't been scheduled, as well as appointments that have been scheduled. To set an appointment, you simply drag and drop to the appropriate time. And this makes sure you're not double booking and saving demurrage costs. And then you could schedule the delivery or pickup directly through the system. So now under filters, you have a few options. You could look at loads involving only your fleet. You could look at inbound and outbound loads as well. Okay, so now that we're back in the list view, I'd like to actually dive into a shipment to show you what the details look like. So this gives you a more granular look at a specific shipment. So as you can see, it's shipping out today, 5/13, delivering tomorrow from Portland, Oregon to Denver, Colorado. And it has a few pretty cool features here. So if these were actually real addresses, it's going to show you a map with a route between them and calculate mileage down below. It also allows you to download a freight confirmation, which serves as a purchase order between you and your customer, or you and your carrier, so that you're not having to type this up manually every time, which is pretty time consuming. And for the sake of today's presentation, I've already entered every detail in here and sent it out for bid to all the carriers. So we're going to click on View Bids. And this is a really nice feature in that it compares all of your quotes side by side. So again, instead of comparing by email or phone call, it's going to arrange everything, like I said, from lowest bid to highest bid. And we have a nice new functionality called the bid chat feature. So you click on that and you're able to negotiate directly with the carrier. So if you want to bring the rate down or ask them a question like, can you handle a morning pickup? You're able to do so right through the app. All right. And then the notes comments section. So you could communicate directly with the carrier here and say things like, what's the ETA and MC number? And the really nice thing about this, like I said, is you avoid a game of telephone where the freight coordinator is getting the information. They have to then send it to the office manager or the plant manager, who's then coordinating with the people on site. Everything is right in one place for everybody's eyes to be on it. And the other really nice thing about this is you're able to ensure that your team's loading the right truck, because the carrier is telling you, make sure that the name on the side of the trailer says XYZ Transportation, and all of your staff is able to see that to make sure that the correct vehicle is being loaded. So let's jump down now to carriers. And this is where all the carriers, both third party as well as your drivers and your own fleet, are going to live in the system. So again, it makes it really simple to be able to upload all of the carriers you already trust and you work with into one place. And again, they're going to get an email invitation to register as soon as you enter them in here. So now for companies, this is going to be a list of the companies you ship to and from on a given day. So we make it easy to upload everything by CSV template. So instead of going one by one and entering all the details, you're able to enter it in with one foul swoop and make sure that the system's ready for you. So now I'm going to jump down to quotes. The really nice thing about this feature is it allows everybody in your organization, from traders to the logistics coordinator, just to get pricing that you might need for a upcoming bid, or you just need to know roughly what it's going to take to get a load from, say, Buffalo to Denver. You come in here, enter the information, and your carriers are made aware that it's not for an active opportunity, and they'll have a chance to actually confirm that the quote's still valid or edit it when the time comes to ship. Okay, so now we're down on the Analytics tab, and the really nice thing about this is it gives you a lay of the land over a period of time for pretty simple but important measures. So things like your total freight spend, your total shipment count, on-time pickup and delivery percentages, and we make it really easy to download that as an analytics report as well. The other great thing about this feature is that you can actually filter it down further and search for certain specifications like copper chops, aluminum, steel, however you want to tag your shipments. You're able to pull reports based on commodities, the carriers you use, the origin locations, or the destinations. Okay, so I'm going to jump back into the presentation now. Okay, so thank you for taking a look at the app. I hope that now you can understand that Freight130 can help make logistics your superpower. And the reason being is our users find that Freight130 saves up to 35 minutes of administrative work from quote to invoice per shipment. That's roughly 29 hours per month for a recycler moving 50 shipments, or 348 hours a year, which is nearly 9 work weeks. How? By simplifying or automating the following tasks: carrier selection and rate shopping, as we showed, documentation and compliance, keeping all records in one place, carrier management, being alerted when a carrier's insurance is about to expire, keeping track of insurance limits and the like, dispatch and tendering, being automated, and invoice reconciliation. So as you all know, invoices from carriers can often have mistakes or show a difference between your agreed upon rate and the actual rate you're being billed. So this allows you to have one source of truth to make sure that you're paying the right amount every time. Our customers also report a reduction in manual entry errors by having all the information together, which can avoid costly compliance or accessorial charges like detention from double booking a truck, as an example. So why choose Freight130? The first reason is we are custom built by recyclers for recyclers by us, a recycling company. So we know exactly what we were looking for when creating this system. We haven't overbuilt it. We created just the features and functionality that we need. Our app is simple and intuitive to use and learn. Onboarding takes only a couple of hours, not days or weeks, unlike some other systems. We offer unmatched customer support and training, which, as I said, also applies to your carriers and your drivers. We offer unlimited shipments, carriers, and users. And since launching in August, we have registered over 217 users and have run over 1,387 shipments. So thank you very much for your time. Please scan below or on the screen for a demo. We would be happy to show you in more detail. You could also visit our booth here. We're booth number 130, so it should be pretty easy to remember. And I think we have a couple minutes. I just wanted to ask if anybody has a question I can address. Any questions out there? Okay, well, thank you very much.